Okay, welcome to my fancy schmancy dancy whiteboard here. I'm on Canva. I love Canva. I use it all the time. And so before we get into how to have a great offer for your business, I want to talk about what is an offer. And please excuse my poor drawing skills. They've never been so great. But anyway, an offer is the promise that you make, the path you outline, and the risk you remove for someone deciding to do business with you. Okay, and so that is what we're defining as an offer for this video. So better offers are going to create stronger leads. And overall, you might have an offer problem. And this is something I work with my clients pretty closely on as far as making sure that this is in the right place before we start advertising with Vegas Local Spotlight. And this is something you want to make sure you have in place with anything you're doing here as far as getting the word out on your services. It could be anything from you have a meal prep service to HVAC to you do landscaping to you're running events. This is all really, really important, okay, to nail before you're advertising and getting the word out. So, important thing here is we want to increase your lead flow. And more importantly, we want quality leads, right? Because we've all seen not so great leads. And we want to make sure we're bringing in the right folks to use you in your business. And so, those are the right people who are going to then refer you. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But every single business is going to have some sort of customer leak. Even if you're the best in the world, you're still going to have a little bit that is going to slip through the cracks, but we want to reduce this as much as possible. This is what we also call your conversion rate for your business, okay? And so with that in mind, how do we create a winning offer that turns attention into revenue, okay? Because we want you to look like this guy who's counting up all of his money, okay? And so an offer is actually not your service. And let's get into that because it's really important to realize that yes, you could be the best in the world, but if you don't position yourself right, this is a major, major problem and constraint for your business. And so this would be like an HVAC example. So instead of saying an $89 service call, we are going to want to say same day service, no fix, no fee, upfront pricing. You're willing to give that pricing, of course, on how much the service call is, but we want to set the frame that you're going to be taking care of folks who work with you, okay? And so now let's get into why do people say yes? This is the psychology behind the yes from you and your prospective clients, okay? And it's really important to understand what is value within this context. And so we have our dream outcome times our likelihood of success divided by the amount of time delay and effort the prospect is going to have to go through. Okay. And so that is how we're defining value. And so what is it that your clients and customers actually want? Okay. We're asking that question. And right here, this is just essentially saying we need to sell the dream. Okay. Instead of saying, hey, you're going to get a new air conditioning unit. No, you're getting comfort and no surprises when it comes to your heating and cooling. Okay. We aren't selling, a dentist visit. We're selling, hey, we're going to, if you have cavities, we're going to take care of those. Luckily, I don't have any of those. No pain. We have a clear plan as far as your oral care. Great one here. The gym. We will say there's instead of $25 here for, a month for the gym, you are going to get so much more confidence and energy when you feel amazing in your body, right? So sell the dream, okay? Because that's really what you're providing. And so make success feel inevitable when working with you. All right. And so, I got a little bit lost. Coming right back in here. So we need to provide clarity, right? And so each one of these 3 points is vital as far as your offer. So we want to show proof. And so if you don't have proof, do whatever it is you do for free for a little while so that people can really rave about what you do and you can get some testimonials. If you do have proof, which you probably do, you've probably been in business for a little while, you should show off what that proof is. And so do you have a guarantee? Is there something that you can say that, hey, if XYZ isn't done the right way, we guarantee our service? That's really important. And then let people know what the process is. Outline exactly how things are going to go when folks start working with you. Okay. And so let's make it really easy for folks to win. Okay. We want to show them what the process is and say, hey, as long as you follow the plan, we are going to win. And so important here is that we want to reduce our friction. So there should be no confusion as far as how people work with you. There shouldn't be a ton of paperwork, or it should be very easy to handle. And then follow-ups A lot of these can be automated as well. Okay. Whether that's, hey, we're coming to your house to work on your landscaping today. Okay. Hey, just wanted to check in on how things are going for you at the gym. All of that stuff goes a really, really long way, shows how much you care as a business owner. Okay. So important here is that you're actually not changing anything about your business. It's the same thing. We're just changing your positioning to now have a better offer. Okay. And so this is an example of that. And so before they said, oh, you get a bathroom remodel, call us for a quote. Instead, hey, you have a 3-week bathroom transformation. You're going to get daily progress updates and you'll have a completion guarantee. We will absolutely make sure that this is done start to finish with you updated along the way on how the process is. Or, hey, we don't just have tennis rackets for sale. You can actually come try our rackets, take them out for a free spin, see how it feels, and then you can, when you're playing, and then instead of having to just pay for that, you renting out that racket, it goes towards the price of people buying the racket. Okay. And that just makes it so much easier for people to say yes, as far as trying the racket or the pickleball paddle or whatever it is that you guys might offer. So these are all questions that we want to answer before folks start working with you. And so we're going to go over what is marketing versus monetization and how to think of this. And because this is all congruent with what we're talking about. And so my role as a marketer and anyone that you're working with when it comes to marketing is likely they're trying to bring you traffic and awareness to your brand. We're solving the problem of, hey, someone woke up this morning and didn't know who you are and what you do, and we want to change that. Okay. And what I do is I use postcards and our app to do that, but there's a lot of other ways to do that too. And your job is to have a great relationship with the client, provide an excellent service, follow up well, and then create those referral opportunities. So we're casting a big net on folks that can work with you over here. And then over here, you need to provide an excellent service so that people want to come back and people will rave about you. And so now we're going to talk about more of that because great offers create great salespeople, right? So then they go telling their neighbors, say you're a pool builder, oh my God, I love our pool. It's so great. You need to work with this builder. Okay. So they are going to hold up signs just for you naturally because they're so happy with you and your service. Right. And so they're going to say, hey, I love my new bathroom so much. You've got to use this company. Okay. And so the question I'm asking you is your offer actually strong? Okay. And here's really a checklist to take a look at this for yourself. Does my offer provide a clear outcome for the prospect? Is there a fast path or a clear path to victory for them? Is this relatively low effort, or is there at least clarity around what effort needs to go in with them? Is this low risk? Is there a guarantee involved, like I discussed before? And is my service referral worthy? And do I have a system to get referrals? Okay, because a lot of the times with what I do with our Vegas Local Spotlight postcard is we help you in bringing in those initial contacts, but I want to make sure you're maximizing this as far as bringing in those extra clients where people are really raving about you. And so this is what we're talked about here with offers. Make sure you have a great offer in place and let's grow locally. Peace.